Hello, good morning, and welcome to your favorite show on television, the Sunday Show, coming to you from your channel of choice, Africa Independent Television, AIT. We are glad to have you join us again on yet another edition, a very exciting one at that, and we remain thankful to you for keeping faith with us today. We shall be taking a look at the very foundation on which this society stands, the foundation from where life patterns are shaped and formulated. That is the family unit and the critical role of parents, which transcends to how the society operates. The job of parenting has been seen as highly underrated. Clearly, it goes beyond providing the basic needs of a child, such as feeding, clothing, and shelter, more so sponsoring a child's educational pursuits. A lot of factors have over time had substantial impacts on parenting at various locations and times. Therefore, one cannot totally say that parenting have to be outrightly blamed when their products turn out to be the bad eggs in the society. The truth, however, remains that parenting have most of the roles to play in raising children that can possibly or positively or negatively impact the society. Our guest, on the show today will assist us analyzing the Nigerian situation as it relates to upbringing of the children, the role of fathers, mothers, while they operate as a single family unit or where they are separated. We shall also explore the impact of the consuming careers and economic realities which denies parents sufficient times to make meaningful contributions to the upbringing of the children. How about circumstances whereby children are raised by those who are not their biological parents? How about parents who also go as far as violating their own children? Therefore, a whole lot to talk about on this edition of the program. Bear in mind, however, that the aim of this discussion is to find ways to raise future generations of better citizens through what may refer to as deliberate parenting. There may be other strategies, but please stay tuned as I take you through this break where we bring you the news items of the week. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. You're welcome back. You're still watching the Sunday Show on AIT. They say any male adult can father a child, but it takes more than that to be a true father. I am sure this is also applicable to the female folks. Without taking much of your time, let me introduce our guests for today. Pastor Jeff Oluwagbemiga. He is a clinical and organizational psychologist, I beg your pardon, family enhancement coach, and human capacity development coach. He is also a pastor and author.
Grab your seats and join us on the most fascinating 60-minute infotainment journey, showing on your favorite TV channel, Africa Independent Television, AIT. Analysis on topical national issues, news, sports, and entertainment are on the menu. It's a show you do not want to miss. It is The Sunday Show.
All right, first of all, we'll begin this interview this way. I want to ask, my guests already have seen you and they already know whom we have as our special guests today. So let me begin with a question. For the sake of insecurity and the like, parents or even elderly ones in the society are now minding their businesses and cannot caution a child who is not biologically their children. When they notice a behavior, how can we overcome this trend, sir?
Thank you very much. We have to go back to the days of community parenting,
exactly,
which worked in my generation.
It's lacking today.
Meaning that if you see your father's your friends or your father's friend, and you are doing something that is wrong, you will caution yourself because he has the right to discipline you. He has the right to flog you, and you can't get home and tell your dad that your friend flogged me. The first question is, what did you do? You might even receive more flogging. But now, urbanization seems to have kept everybody away. We now live in apartments, so we are apart. Apartment has kept us apart, and flat has kept us flat. So we do not reach out to people the way we should. Now, the challenge now that I notice is that people want to protect their family without wanting anything to leak out. Let me use the word leak out. It's not that there's any secrecy, but the fact that I don't want anybody to put their hands into my children's business. That's why everybody's now thinking that we can alone parent our children. But now we have more than, it's not, any parent out there, you are not the only one parenting your children. The social media is one of the strongest parents now. And you have different personalities on social media that your children are following that you don't even know. So, how can we do that? Let's go back to the family situation.
First of all, a situation where a child is disciplined in school and the parents go to school to discipline the teacher.
Loss of value. We have lost value. Honestly, we have lost value. That one, each time, it happened to my wife before. And the question I ask myself is, does the parent think that the teacher do not have the interest of the children in mind? Or why did you bring your children if you don't trust them enough to at least close that gap for you? Unfortunately, some parents are taking their children to school because they thought that the school would do a magic that would turn their children around. And it's not possible. The children are still product of the family. And the time they spend in school is, no matter how long it is, the family still has a upper hand. So what I'm trying to say that parents should see another parent as joint parent, or see them as, okay, we have the same goal. That might be vague because if I don't know you personally, I might not want to entrust my children into your care, or I might not want to appreciate whatever thing you are saying about my children. So I think the first thing is, if we go back
but it was never like that in our own days.
It was never like that because that time...
An outsider who does not even know our parents, who does not even know anybody, you see a child messing up, doing what the child is not supposed to do.
Exactly.
They take it up from there.
As a responsibility. And
yes.
Say, what are you doing there? And the child will never say, who are you? The child will say, I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry, or the child runs away, or the child stops doing that thing. That time we have communal responsibility.
So why did that, is it a disconnect?
Why did he disconnect? Why did he leave us?
Stop? Why did we choose to even see children who are not doing right and we look away? The reason why today we have more of insecurity.
A lot. Because we think there's no longer my business. I don't know them. They don't know me. I want to focus on my own business. Even when you know them and they know you, you say, I don't care. Even my own, I've not done anything. So we keep dropping that thing gradually, and then urbanization now, like in those days, we don't live in estates.
Yes.
We live in community.
We live in fenced houses now.
Fenced houses. In fact, inside the estate, there are fences, and you can't even see the houses because the gates are very high. So the sense of somebody not wanting the other person to know what he or she is doing in his family now raised all those physical barriers, and it has also raised emotional barriers and societal barriers between parents. And that's why we are what we're having. It's unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate. And another area I want to look at is a situation where a child goes to school, because I experienced that as well, mistakenly took my friend's pencil home. As I'm talking about that now, I'm remembering the beating.
I'm remembering my own.
I'm remembering the beating my mother gave me after beating me at home.
Yes.
Then she now escorted me back to school.
Same here.
To make sure that the teacher, did you check their bags before they left the house? Because that is where it starts from.
Exactly.
Did you check their bags? Teacher said no. Then she had to escort me to that child's house. Because at that time, we know each other's houses. We know, every parent know the houses of every child that comes to a particular school. So such situation is still happening, but it's either the parents take the pencil or whatever and trash it, or like pretend like she didn't see. That is where either stealing or whatever anybody who is watching chooses to call it. That is how it starts. Because that particular day, I didn't even know that I actually took that pencil, or how I got into my bag. I cannot explain. But today, our parents are so busy running after monies to be able to meet up with the responsibilities they are saddled with in taking care of the children's financial obligations and all of that. And we leave our children for family members, housemates, uncles and brothers, and from there, these kids are abused in different ways. Your thought?
Yeah, I experienced the same thing you experienced. Mine was, I picked it from the dunghill. And when my mom saw it, I said, it was a ruler, a broken ruler. I said, I pick it from dunghill. She said, no, you can't pick from dunghill. My mom used to be a tailor. She brought those tape proof, those tape proof, whipped me from school, from house back to school. Even the headmaster said, no, children like to pick. He said, my own children does not pick things. And so go and put it exactly up. I said, this is from here. I said, no. I said, it was from here. So that's a sense of responsibility on the side of the parent, and even miss accountability also, that if I pick anything, my mom will ask me, my daddy will ask me, and if I cannot defend it, I would rather drop it. But now, who is asking?
That is the big question.
Now that we use hyper to raise children, just on TV for them, let them just sit there. Who is asking? Even as serious as homework, who is asking? Who is asking? People are now busy. Well, you need to be busy, but you shouldn't be so busy that you leave the rudiment, because that is where it starts. That's where the learning starts. If I bring it home today, nobody asks me a question. I can bring another one tomorrow, then a bigger one, and then I bring in a car. And nobody will say, you have a car, yeah, congratulations. How old am I? What work am I doing? Nobody's asking. So we have those things. So parental business or parental challenges now is affecting parenting, because people want to face their challenges first. In that process, they forget
do you really give what you don't have?
That is one, because parenting is not a skill that we went to school to learn, but now we can learn it, because we think the way our dad raised us, we should raise our children like that, so we think it's just normal. And because before you know it, somebody who's a guy who just grew up from being a male, he has not transited properly into becoming a man. Before you know it, he gets married. Before you say Jared Robinson, he's a father. He's a father, and he doesn't even know. He has not transited from being a male to being a man. That maturity is not yet there. And now he's got married. He's gotten married. And then there's a child. He doesn't even know what to do.
At what age can a man transit from being a male to a man?
It's not age. It's maturity. Because we have 40-year-old kidults.
What did you call it?
Kidults. Kids in adult age. It's not
I'm learning a new one today.
It's about gathering information, making a knowledge out of that information, creating a platform for understanding, and then you apply wisdom from that thing you know. But people are not gathering specific information that they need. So they don't have a knowledge of the specific thing that they have information, but not all are needed. For example, parenting information now. If you ask somebody, why are you a parent? I'm a parent now. I'm a man, I'm a woman.
Exactly.
But that does not mean, you are a biological parent, yes, you are a donor. But what it takes to be a father, what it is to be a mother. Do we actually have it?
And
so when people have not transited,
okay,
it's a challenge.
And that is why we find ourselves today. You come into a family, the father is with a phone or an iPad, the mother is with a phone, the children are with phones.
Yes.
They are in the house, in the living room together. Everybody is in their own world.
Disconnected. Complete disconnect. Even during okay, let's agree, we are eating together at dinner. Everybody is on phone, eating,
Yes.
absent-mindedly. Some people are putting serious measure to that, and I like those who are doing that. But that's an indication that we are disconnecting.
Totally
And the person is making, okay, like a friend of mine said his son was to go and take the primary five. They went to do party. He allowed him to go, but he gave him 10,000. From that money, you give me how you spent
The breakdown.
The breakdown. He gave him the 10,000. The boy came back and returned 10,000. What happened? Said we didn't spend it. What happened? He said one of my friends brought 500,000 naira cash. Primary 5. And then they spent the remaining. The driver carried the money and the boy. Everybody came back to their house. So how will a parent give a 5-year-old 500K to go and spend with his friends? That's where our values have been dropping.
Some give their children iPhone of 1.5 million.
Yes. At underage, yes. And it's not about iPhone, it's about the control. Power is nothing without control.
First of all, because when we are inside the house together, you as a husband, I am a wife, and then we have our 3 children. All of us are on the phone. We're disconnected. What the child is doing on the phone,
who's checking?
I am not aware. You are also not aware of what I am doing
yes,
as a husband. I do not know what you're doing as a husband. And we are all seated there in the living room. Whoever
physically
chooses to
present,
watch,
but emotionally
disconnected.
detached, completely disconnected.
So where do we go from here?
Everybody will have to go back to their family. Well, my brand name is Jeff 360. And when people ask me, what's Jeff 360? I said, for God so loved you that I gave you a family. If you love and cherish it, you will not be stranded, but you have a blissful life. Everyone who has abandoned their family has become stranded in the long run. Everybody needs to come back to that family and see, this is a gift that God has given me, a family. I'm not on the road. I have a family, at least. We take care of them.
With a situation where husband has to leave the house or wife leaves the house very early in the morning, and the children are left in the hands of maybe family members or housemates, and whatever those children do when they are not there, they are not aware. And in some cases, the female children or even the male children are abused. All kinds of abuses take place, and the parents are not aware. The children live with that because they've been cautioned, if you tell anybody what I did to you, I will do this and that to you.
That statement is actually the key. If you tell a child not to tell anybody anything, and the child keeps quiet, there's no connection between that child and the parents.
Aha. Okay.
There's no connection. If there's a connection, the child must have trusted the parent to the point that if I can't tell mommy, I can tell daddy.
Yes.
Even if I'm wrong, daddy will still bring me, mommy will still bring me, can scold me, but then I am free to speak with them. A lot of children are not free. I provide support at some rehab centers, and the mental health hospital in Abuja here. And each time I see anybody that comes to the rehabilitation center, I first of all want to ask questions about their family. Because there's no way you can bring a young person out without having something to go back to their family that will link them to what brought them to the rehab center. You always, I see so if you today. You always find. Now, and it starts from somebody putting cigarettes in a child's mouth and say, if you tell anybody, I'll beat you. But the child does not tell anybody because he can't approach daddy, he can't approach mommy. And so that becomes a problem.
How do we close this gap?
Yes. The very first thing that we must of course take it as a responsibility that each child in our house is a project, not a figure. It's a project. It's a life project that you cannot fail. You dare not fail. And then we have our weaknesses. All of us are parented different way.
Yes.
We have our own angle. Childhood malfunction is a lot of challenges for adults. But we are also managing to find a way to get out of it. But at the same time, we are not going to lose the sight of the person that God has given to us, no matter maybe there are 4 or 5 or 1. The first thing, build relationship with them. Relationship does not build overnight. What we call rapport with them. High five, how are you, everybody? There's this freedom that children can come around and jump on you.
Not when you blur the horn from the gate for security man to open the gate. Everybody goes under the...
I think you are making me to remember many
Everybody
things.
goes under the table.
Yes.
Or under the bed or
when
wherever.
my dad blasts is on, he blasts it 3 times. I will know at the point where he blasts the horn. By the time he blasts the 3rd one, is at the gate. Everybody, pew, 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 pew.
You have to disappear.
You find a way around it. So we don't have a connection with him. So something that happened to us, we could not tell. We rather go and tell somebody else. And good enough, I didn't tell people that will worsen the case for me. But if I told people that worsen the case for me, I would have been a wreck. So why can't I speak with my father? Why can't fathers play with children? Play therapy is one of the easiest
And that is still happening till tomorrow.
Play therapy is the easiest way to break all manner of emotional challenges. But we have lost the sense of play as adults. We can't play again. We were playing before. Even those who are dating, that they were playing before. As soon as marriage comes, everybody just put eyes straight. The man got in what he wants, everybody, and the woman does God in it, so that is okay. No, that play must continue. There must be fun in the family. It is an atmosphere of fun that children are able to express themselves. Atmosphere of fun, that's where they can express themselves. Imagine your daddy coming in and putting his bag on his head and he's dancing.
The children will...
You join them. There's
freedom.
nothing you want to say that you cannot say, because there is a rapport. But when he comes in and everybody runs, even mommy is running to the whatever, he just sit down, bring his phone, pick his key again and walks out. We don't know him.
The disconnect is already there between the man and the wife.
Yes.
And then definitely it will affect the children.
Sometimes they never thought it will affect children. Forgetting that children learn by what you see, by what is not what you tell. What you tell them is what they see. They cannot that you are not. They are smart, so these children of today are very smart. You look at you and they know there's something. They might not understand, but they know. And they know that if you need anything, go to mommy. If you want school fees, that's the only time you go to daddy. And daddy will always shout. So you are ready with the shout. You are holding the door in case. So when something happens,
the shout happens,
or even back,
you close the door back.
So I want to enjoin fathers. Fathers are the major one here because they are supposed to be the
They
leaders.
make themselves unnecessarily unavailable.
They can be present but absent.
That is it.
You must be present and be present, emotionally present, physically present.
Spiritually present.
Spiritually present, yes. Thank you for mentioning that, because that's also very, very important. There must be headship at that 3 level. Now, it's not easy as I'm saying it, but it's possible.
It's doable.
It's doable.
It's done in homes.
Completely, yes, people have done it. So if we have challenge, I tell people, when I speak to men, on the few occasions I've had opportunity, I say, see, guys, if you come back, if you have challenges in your office, have you tried to tell me before your family, before your wife and your children? Say, because of what? I say, can you just try it? You'll be so shocked that your wife has an idea. Your son, that 14-year-old, 10-year-old, will have an idea. You'll be table it for. Say, no, it's office matter. Say, That's why, statistically, more women are depressed than men, statistically. But more men commit suicide. More. Can you ask me why?
Can you throw more light on that?
Yes. You're a woman. If you have a challenge here now, you know who to call.
Yes.
You see what happened to me today? You cry for the person, then you not cry for each other's neck. And you are going, you do your face.
Powder like
you are back on track. For the man, he will not share. He will bottle it, but until the time you say, I can't take it again.
He will explode.
He will explode. And they will not come to hospital. If I see a man come to my counseling or therapy room, I first of all appreciate him. They really come. Because society has taught us that asking for help is like we are weak. The society has taught us that we must provide, even when our life is going to die there. So there's quite a lot. So when we put that on our head, we might not remember that there are children that have been attacked to us, that we called for, that didn't come by themselves.
Exactly.
We brought them.
They didn't force
So that
us.
responsibility is there. So that's why I call it people go to parenting, all those parenting academy that we have now, you pick something from it. But if you go there, the ones that have
applying whatever they pick is an issue. It's a topic for another day.
Maybe that's it for another day. So let's be up and doing. Let's take it as a responsibility. As you are taking what you are supposed to do in your work, be taking it for the children. I've spoken with this guy today. At the point I say, people should spend at least 10 minutes. Just talk to them 10 minutes. Is 10 minutes too much? He said there's no time. But if there is a phone call from the DPO that your son is in the police station, even if you're having meeting with you, you rush out. So why wait till that time?
When there is problem.
When we can sort things now, don't wait till there's problem. You see children be checking to rehab every day. And and they came from a family.
A situation where children, whereby raised by those that are not their biological children, turn out to be very successful and disciplined. What factors do we think must have made this possible?
The factor will be on both sides. On the side of the person raising the child, and on the side of the child also, to make up his or her mind to be a good person, to be a good child. For the fact that the person that is not a biological parent have agreed to take you up, that's already a point. It's called a positive point on your side that, okay, you might not be good enough, but the person, for whatever reason, have decided to, and then you did not mess up the opportunity. So, and you see,
will that be the reason why the child decides to be focused?
It might not be the only reason. I said there's responsibility on both sides.
Okay.
The person has already taken you up and is doing all you need to do.
You can't afford to fail him.
You can't afford to fail the person. That might be one. Then you might see this as a chance that I can't afford to fail myself too. I will put every effort. And you see people on the road who do not have parents, because children talk in school.
Yes.
That's why sometimes children that's adopted, they just come and say, "Mommy, are you my biological children?" How did you know? They discuss it in school. They discuss in school, and they wanted to go and find out. And there was a child that was brought to me. I'm not into a child and all the rest. Actually, I do more with adults. Was a child. I see people's parents coming to pick them in school, coming to play with them, but nobody's coming to pick me in school except my mom. Where's my dad? You know, those kind of questions. So I think it's responsibility on the child, on the part of the child. Then the quality of the parenting too. If parenting is done with human face, people are going to turn out well. With human face does not mean you indulge or allow them to just run free. There's discipline, there's come back to me. There's discipline, there's come back to me. Okay. But most of the time what we see is discipline. No ability to come back and let me tell you why I'm doing what I did or what I'm doing so that you can understand. Then the child also have a good teacher. There are some teachers that are very wonderful. Very, very wonderful teachers that they will just pick you and they try to let you know why they are doing this thing to you. Some teachers, some of our lecturers in school that I thought were very wicked lecturers, I think that they tried for me. One of them came looking out for me when I didn't show up in school. Say, where are you? I said, I was looking for a job. You can't start the master's and end it now. Come and finish it before you go.
Exactly.
But I thought she was a very tough person, but that softened my heart. So that means yes. So people like that can make me to also, to also pick up and say, okay, no, I'm going to give myself a target. I'm going to do well.
What do you say to parents that are afraid to correct their words?
Why are they afraid?
But it's happening.
It's happening. Now, a teenager met me one day. He said, I want to tell you something, but you must tell me that you must promise me that you not tell anybody. Especially, don't tell anybody.
It's very free with you.
Very free.
It's free with you, but it's not free with the parent.
Yes. I said, okay, what is it? She almost had me on that oath. He said, my mom is cheating on my daddy. And my mom is smoking. And you will be flogging us that we should do good. How do we do good? I was flat. You
will almost be...
I said, how do you know your mom is cheating? Yeah. He said, the man is in the house now. So my dad has traveled. I said, I don't know she's smoking. He said, I've caught her smoking before. He said, because she has pressures. He said, but is that the way? This girl was 14 or something around that time.
At that time?
13 or 12 around. I said, okay, sit down. And I started...
Counseling.
Orientating her that, see, your pathway is different from your mom's pathway.
Exactly.
You are a different human being and doing that. Imagine she did not ask me. She would have gone with, that means we can be doing this, mommy can do it. So that kind of mother cannot control them.
Because she has seen that what the mother is doing is wrong.
So that mother is afraid to correct that child. Because mother say, mommy, don't let's go there. Don't let's go there. A mother or a father should not be afraid of children. It should be the other way. You should not be afraid of children. But if you know you are not up and doing, and you have let the cat out of the bag in some areas, and you have failed in some areas, and it's glaring to them, it will be difficult because that, like we all know, they don't listen. It's not what we say that they listen to. It's what we do. One boy said, my dad will abuse people from when we drive out of the estate till we get to school, we abuse everybody. He said, that's a good one. I said, for you to ask me means you know it's not a good one. But you shouldn't do that.
So in that case, can we look at the children's mental health?
Oh, children mental is a major issue now. We are having childhood depression now. People that are depressed, small children, teenagers, because they have it.
The girl you just painted a picture.
Oh, yes.
She's already almost getting depressed.
Confusion. There's confusion already.
Yeah.
If that confusion is not answered, or if it's not terminated, something will happen at a point.
Yes,
and she's going to watch.
After speaking with you, she definitely got home.
I followed her for a long time to be able to help her to clear, because we will not be able to go and reach her mom. Mom said, how do you know? Exactly. And that would be a problem. But I started working on her, at least for the next 2-3 years. She was in my circle. You understand? So parents should not be afraid of their children unless they have something to hide. Or if they think that the way my dad raised me is the way I want to raise my children. My dad doesn't beat me, so I shouldn't beat my children. That thing can be holding them back. If you want to beat your child, say, my dad never beat me, so why should I beat one? Then one other thing, people say, I don't want my children to suffer. Like I suffer. How did you become what you become? That thing you call suffering. Is it not part of the discipline? All those small kids, though this day you don't flog in as much as then, because now there are so many things to talk about, and cane might be the last resort. But some of those kids that we received them that was the best thing they knew that time. There was nothing like therapy for your son, therapy for your son. No, it's cane. Because when they beat you, you reset your brain. And because you know it's a community thing, you can't run away from your dad. Somebody else will pick you and kick you back to the house.
Exactly.
So there's quite a lot.
And we had more sanity then. We
do. Go to school. I will go to school in the other town. I will come until the term ends.
There's 3 months plus.
3 months.
Yes. No phone, nothing. And you keep your head straight, because if anything is written about you, taken back back home, then it's trouble.
Your name was not mentioned in the assembly.
Exactly.
They said we have black book.
General flogging. Public flogging.
Black book they have, that don't allow them to put your name in the black book. I'm not sure if there's any black book, but they keep telling us in school, if your name enter black book,
yes.
And then when they bring you out to flog, it's like a shame. You don't want to do that.
What is the possibility of parents discussing sex education with their children? Is that doable?
It's doable. There are age-appropriate sexuality education. Okay. But what does the parent know about sexuality? That's the first thing. So parents must educate themselves first, and then know age-appropriate discussion with their children. They should not learn it outside, especially when your child is getting towards puberty. Thank you. You need to go and learn and break every ice that you need to break. But if you have not been talking to them before,
it is going to be very difficult to just break it.
You can't start with sexuality. It's going to be very difficult. So we still need to learn, unlearn the things that are holding us down, and relearn new things, and learn things we have forgotten.
Because we're taking this discussion is from the foundational aspect, from primary, secondary school.
Yes.
We have not even touched the aspect of people, adults who are already in the university.
Those people already know. If you are a parent, you want to start teaching your children in university sexuality education, where do you want to start? Which level?
When they even know it
already
better.
Reach postgraduate level. Yes, now the internet is the teacher of everybody now. Exactly. The good, the bad, and the unthinkable.
Yeah, but the child has still have the proper foundation from home, from that age of 6, from say 6 before they get into primary school. Those teachings don't leave them.
They don't.
How come you and I didn't forget where we're coming from?
Because that's the way where you can put the imprints, so that anywhere they go, those prints are there. Even when things are dropping on it, they are aware that this does not resemble the one that was imprinted on me. They will take it, or they will ask you questions.
So we go back to the sex education?
We go back to, sexuality education right from childhood. But the parents must have been able to break every barrier. But when it comes to sex, everybody's face will come up as if we're older than thou. But these are things that we know is necessary. So parents need to, first of all, break the ice with themselves, be able to mention what they need to mention. There is the need to use the proper word. Age-appropriate proper word.
Okay.
Don't let a man touch you. It's a confusing statement.
Yes.
Your teen. What is teen? It's a confusing statement. As they are growing, we begin to let them, this is your private. Private means nobody can touch it. Anyone inside your box right here, nobody touch it. But there's public. My hand, my face is public. But my whatever, point it to them. Nobody should touch it. If anybody touch it, let me know. And I will not beat you. Let me know.
What about situations where fathers molest their children?
Terrible. Very terrible. We have
It's very rampant
a whole
now.
lot of cases. Stepfathers are the worst.
It's very rampant now. Biological fathers.
Biological fathers are very, very crazy stuff.
It does not stop with only the girls. They do it with the boys as well.
Yes. Even though it's a bit fewer.
Is that mental health gap?
It's not a mental health gap. It's, how do I say it now? There's somebody who is sinister in his behavior, and he does not care about consequences. So he's doing what he wants to do, not caring who he's doing with it.
There were cases where a baby on diaper was abused by her own biological father.
No.
What do we call that?
How do you explain that? No, the man's brain needs to be checked. Because it becomes a disorder. That person may probably be suffering from a form of sexual disorder or sexual fantasy that now is disorder. It needs to come for psychotherapy first, and then we know what. But a whole lot of people are being covered up, especially by the wife. It's the wife that covers, the cases that I have seen, the wife that covers it up. He covers it up and he says, no, I want to protect our name. What is in that name any longer?
It damaged the one already.
Damaged already. And then this life is being damaged consistently. I've met people whose parents, whose dad abused, and from there they go into substance use. I see a way of, how do I explain this to people?
This interview is going to have a part 2. I want you to just land in your thoughts as we round off, because we have to do a more like back-to-back thing, because right now we're only discussing the foundation. We have not talked about how we will manage, because it is a mother and a father that gave birth to armed robbers, that gave birth to terrorists. We have not even touched every of those areas where there is a total disconnect in the family, and which led to some of this. Because if you happen to sit down with some of these adults, they open up to you. That is your job.
I hear it regularly.
So land with your thought on the sexual thing as we round off the program. It is a big issue. It's a huge gap for the society.
Well, the very first thing that I like to mention in rounding up is that parents must hold themselves accountable, first for yourself and for the children. If you hold yourself accountable for yourself and for your children, there's something you will not do. If you're having sexual fantasy that is running you out of course, come for psychotherapy. And let's ask you questions. Maybe you have also been abused before and you did not get an intervention. And let me say, time does not heal if there's no intervention. Time does not heal if there's no intervention. Time will heal when there's an intervention. So parents also who have been abused before need to heal, or else they will go out and abuse other people, and that might include their children.
It becomes a generational thing.
A problem, yes. It does keep going like that. So every parent must take the responsibility for themselves and for their children. For your spouse, for both spouses, and then for the society. What kind of man do you want to raise for the society? What kind of daughter do you want to raise for the society? That's a question that we all need to ask ourselves.
Thank you so much for being our guests.
Thank you.
It's been a very wonderful one. But like I did say, we may have to have a back-to-back thing, so that, because we need to touch the adult part of the interview. Because us as parents will have a lot to do. Since the community parenting suddenly disappeared from us as Africans, as Nigerians, we need to go back to basis. Thank you for making our time to be our guest this Sunday morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the program continues in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Grab your seats and join us on the most fascinating 60-minute infotainment journey, showing on your favorite TV channel, Africa Independent Television, AIT. Analysis on topical national issues, news, sports, and entertainment are on the menu. It's a show you do not want to miss. It is The Sunday Show.
Wow. It has been an elaborate section. We hope you grab one or two things from which you can put into practice for better results. As for me, I understand that I have to make some sacrifices and play my own role diligently and hope for the best. It is that time of the program when we take you through our entertainment, sports, and newsmaker segments. Stay with me.
Hello and welcome to the Vibes and Views segment on the Sunday show. My name is Anu Awojabi. You're welcome. 28-year-old Lagos resident Nigerian chef and former Guinness World Records holder for the world's largest cooking marathon, Hilda Baci, on Friday, September 12, 2025, took a second shot at the world record, and this time around, it was for the largest pot of jollof rice ever cooked. Wow!
They look them, I wonder. At the point they move with no compass. Still I be counting them commas. You overturn my water to champagne. They try to block me, I jump past. They if you walk in my shoes on my canvas.
From the arrival of the giant-sized custom-made pot, measuring 6 meters in width and height, with a capacity of 22,619 liters, to its cleanup and the preparatory stage of the smoky jollof rice, to its readiness, was great to behold.
Then our tomato mix, Hilda's special recipe, a combination of bawa, tatashe, tomatoes, rodo.
Hilda had hinted she would be cooking 200 bags of basmati rice to feed tens of thousands of attendees, a feat she hygienically carried out amid tight security and health experts' presence. The cooking feat, which held in Victoria Island, Lagos, brought together foodies, celebrities, content creators, and influencers who had come to cheer Hilda on.
If you are smelling it now, Steph, the aroma is so good, I'm telling you.
You should never give up. She's a go-getter and she's super amazing. I love her.
The fact that she did it before and she wanted to do it again is an encouragement for every people, and I feel like it's more like she's saying don't give up on your dream, and that is something beautiful that I encourage everybody to have.
Give her to everybody because I want to see. I want to see her dream. She's dreaming. She's about to see. No matter what you are doing, do it well. The world will support you.
I love you. Everyone loves you.
Behold, the smoky jollof rice. Trust, there's nothing like Nigerian jollof, and my Niger people sure got to taste Chef Hilda Baci's jollof. And that's my package for you on the Vibes and Views segment on the Sunday show. My name is Anu Awojabi. Many thanks for watching.
Super Eagles went into match day 8 in the 2026 Africa World Cup qualifiers against their South African opponents, not lacking any form of moral support from Nigerian football fans, which included top-ranking officials from the Nigerian government.
This is for the Super Eagles.
Meanwhile, the General Secretary of the Nigeria Football Federation, Mohammed Sanusi, has dispelled the news making the rounds that FIFA has announced its decision on the ineligibility of Mokoena to Beho.
All the teams in that group are very anxious to know the outcome to know the decision of FIFA as far as the issue of fielding a non-bona fide player is concerned. We know that the rules are very clear, and the FIFA has always, maintained the ethical the thing that FIFA is known for, making sure that there is no sacred cow.
While there is a mathematical possibility of the Super Eagles making the playoff rounds of the qualifiers, Sanusi said the 2025 Nations Cup in Morocco will get the desired attention from the federation.
The truth is that the players are aware of what is at stake. The coaches are aware of what is at stake, and of course they know that we came second last time, and Nigeria expect that with what is happening to our World Cup qualifier, they expect nothing outside victory. And I believe on our own part, what we are supposed to do is create that enabling environment. We will continue to do that.
The Super Eagles will be back to qualifying matches in October, where match day 9 tie against Lesotho and match day 10 encounter against Benin Republic. A possible 6 points on offer, if taken, can shape in Nigeria's quest to advance into the playoffs. Omofoma Ebari, AIT News, Abuja.
The tournament, which kicked off recently, is providing a platform for young footballers to showcase their skills. Matches have already drawn large followings in the community. Organizer of the event say the aim is to discover new talent at the grassroots level. But they also stress that much more is needed if Nigerian football is to grow from the ground up.
To me, I always see grassroots this thing as an opportunity to reach out to the youth, engage them, get them to do things and move to grow them in physically and mentally, engage them into playing football, making sure that they achieve their goal.
To promote growth, grassroots football, community development, like to engage the youth in sports, because we have so many talented youths in the community, and this is like a showcase of their talent. So that's all it takes.
They are calling on the government, the Nigerian Football Federation, private sector partners, and well-meaning individuals to support grassroots football by sponsoring and sustaining competitions like this.
There are a lot of youth that knows how to play football, but they are waiting for sponsors. Some of them don't have the sponsors. But I believe if government steps in, we can actually eradicate the whole idea of drug addicting, all those unnecessary things that they do on the street. So with government intervention, I'm very sure grassroots football will take Nigerian youth to a greater level.
Yeah, of course, we need help. We need help. We don't want it to end there. We want it to go global. So we need help from the government and other sponsors as well. As you can see, we have few sponsors. So our hands are open. So we need more sponsors.
The PM Sports Tour Tournament continued this weekend in Kado, with organizers hopeful it will inspire more investment in the future of Nigerian football. Osaibovo Usifo, AIT News.
On Tuesday, August 25, 2025, reports emerged of 4 petitions filed against the Nigerian Cricket Federation challenging its move to independently conduct elections into its board. At the heart of the petition is a dispute over the validity of the NCF Constitution as the guiding document for the electoral process. Petitioners argue that past elections, including those that brought in incumbent Uyi Akpata and his predecessor, Professor Yanya Okwenya, were held under the guidelines of the Federal Ministry of Sports. However, NCF's Public Relations Officer Musa Eyizoje has dismissed those concerns, affirming that the NCF Constitution is now legally binding, having been ratified by Congress in 2024.
The Congress moved for the adoption, seconded, and went further to make a resolution that on the basis of this document, the NCF will, 1, conduct the elections and also set up the electoral committee for the elections. It was a unanimous decision. A unanimous decision in the sense that in that Congress, not a single person raised an objection to the motion. Not a single person. And if there are flaws with that constitution, why election period is when it is being flagged? Like I put it to you, that document helps the cricket family to be responsible for their leaders
While media reports had suggested that 4 state associations filed petitions, AEZOJ clarified that only 2 formal petitions were received, one from the Federal Capital Territory and another from Pakiribo Darego, who allegedly misrepresented himself as a delegate from Bayelsa State.
The 4 names that were mentioned, like was circulating in the media, that are the 4 states, Ebonyi, Enugu, Bayelsa, and of course Imo, were all lies. The only one that has some element of truth is Bayelsa, but again, it's an illegal document because the signatory to that document is not the chairman of Bayelsa State Cricket Association. And all other states have come out to debunk the fact that they don't even know about any petition that is flying, and they've issued a disclaimer.
As the election date approaches, all eyes remain on the Nigerian Cricket Federation to conduct a credible, transparent and progressive election in line with international best practices and the aspirations of stakeholders across the country. Laila Wal, AIT News, Abuja.
Your son is going out, half of his boxers out. He's busy doing fine boy. See, there's nothing like fine boy. A fine boy is a hard worker. You can make your house girl work till 12 midnight, but your Prince Charming, William and Harry, you've already tucked them into bed. Rubbish parenting. The child is troublesome in class. He disrespects teachers, bully other students, and he takes other people's snacks. And then you say he's just a boy. He's just a thief. I'm going to be talking about nurturing a child. Many parents are aware that their children are smoking. Many are afraid to ask their daughters, are you a virgin? Your child is going out and she's dressing indecently, showing off her body. I thought it was called private parts, but now it's no longer private and you can't. Your son is going out, half of his boxers out. He's busy doing fine boy. See, there's nothing like fine boy. A fine boy is a hard worker. That's how we know fine boys. But now the boys are competing with the girls in looks. Yet ask them scripture. Mba, the way that child is looking, is he able to be the priest of the family? Are you raising that boy to be the priest? Are you speaking his priesthood to him? Have you noticed it's easier to raise other people's children than your own? They should not wash because their hands will peel. So in Nkechi that is washing it, did she fall from the sky? You are raising other people's children. You can make your house girl work till 12 midnight, but your Prince Charming, William and Harry, you've already tucked them into bed. Rubbish parenting. That child, a child of 10 years cannot make cereal for himself. Somebody's future husband is who you are spoiling. That boy that did not teach how to wash plates, you're causing problem for him. Can your 10-year-old daughter, can she prepare herself for school? At 10 o'clock, Chisom, help her now. Help her do what? That your golden girl that before we say anything, you're telling us that she's in Harvard. Look, it's amazing how most of us think that once our child is doing well academically, everything is okay. Nurturing a child is beyond academics. We tend to pause when our child is scoring A's, your child is the best, 10 awards. You don't only nurture a child academically, you nurture a child spiritually. And it is not only by what you say, it is also by what you do. How many times did you read your Bible? How many times did your child enter the room and saw you pray? Nurturing a child is not only by what you say, it is also by what you do. Many of us are poorly behaved that they'll report your child to you in school. You go and fight in your child's school. Your child is troublesome in class, he disrespects teachers, bully other students, and he takes other people's snacks, and then you say he's just a boy. He's just a thief. Have you seen those lawless ones that can eat 10 times a day? Mommy, I want bread. Mommy, I want biscuits. Mommy this, mommy that. And then you just feel so the need to compensate. Many great men today, if they felt relaxed, they wouldn't have reached the level where they are now. The problem with most of us is that we're overcompensating. We don't start out to say, what is my parenting goal? We don't initiate parenting. See, let me tell you something. Raising your children is your heaviest responsibility on earth. So don't let anybody do it for you. It's your job to teach them their value system. It is your job to shape and frame their character. It is your job to teach them about purity. It is your job to teach them about addiction. Don't disgrace heaven, no. Imagine if the parents of our spiritual father didn't teach him how to pray and fast. Do you think he will be where he is today? Let me be honest with you. Mothers are not supposed to parent their children alone. Christian mothers are guilty of this. Do not lock your husband out of parenting. The scripture says that the father is an instructor. When a father instructs a child, they never forget. Do you know what the Rechabites said? Our fathers told us. Years after, they never forgot. You don't even know who you're raising yet. You don't know if it is God's Esther, the queen that will go to the palace. You don't know if it is God's Joseph, the one that will leave Nigeria and go to Egypt, but will not agree to sleep with Potiphar's wife. In all, be careful how you raise your children, because they are the salt of the earth. A city set upon the hill that can never be hidden. They are the lights of the world, and they are the takeover generation. Thank you.
That is the size of our package this week. We shall be delighted to have you join us again, same time, same station. Don't forget to keep in touch with us. We cherish those contributions and feedbacks from you. Please ensure you do to others as you would like them to do to you. My name is Obi Ajuro. On behalf of the entire production crew, we say thank you for investing your time with us. Do have a wonderful week and a fruitful one ahead. Be good to others. Bye now.